far as ethics and compliance discussion goes, the answer to the question one that I wrote down is that the the implications of compliance violations can include like false information, misinformation, or it can definitely be involved in someone not involved in the investigation or lack of conduct in the investigation. So that's my answer to the number one. My answer to number three is that I believe coaches' ethic responsibilities include like integrity, respect, responsibility, and accountability, and that's something that every coach should obviously have because they are like the forefront of these athletes determining, whether they get to the next level or not. And I believe that you should, as a coach, be held the most responsible, in my opinion, for any violations going on because you are the leader of those men and women, and you should definitely be more cautious of any violations that goes on because students, some of the athletes kind of have understanding of the violations or rules as far as the compliance go, but as a coach, you should definitely know every single rule because you are the leader of those men and women being involved. So that's something that you should definitely, as a coach, be mindful of. My question to number five, I mean not number five, number four is my answer. Number four is that I think cinematic issues include like diversity, pay to play, and inequality, and these ethical complications. As far as pay to play goes, I think that's where NIL comes into play because we now have we're now seeing these athletes getting paid for that compensation for working, and we had the discussion last week about how the decision getting getting held in the hands of the states now, and the NCAA not being involved, and I think that could end up being a problem because there will be a lot more loose, and we don't want it. We need to be well balanced, and I feel like that with the NCAA allowing the states to handle the decision of NIL deals, I think it'll be a lot more lenient, more towards the leniency side, and I think that's not a good thing because you don't want your children getting took advantage of these deals and stuff. So that's something that I'm very concerned about. But as far as the diversity and inequality, I think the NCAA is on the right track because we're seeing a lot more diversity in sports as far as men and women goes, especially on the women's side. So I definitely think the NCAA is doing a decent job at the moment of diversifying all the sports involved as far as men and women goes. And the answer to number 7 is that I think the ethical implications of punishment goes, I think as far as punishment goes, as long as the punishment is impermissible or clear a violation, then that punishment should be obviously straightforward, and it also depends on the violation as well. Is it like if it's like a major violation that should get hit with the hardest penalty possible? And as far as the athlete goes, I believe that the athletes shouldn't get punished as long as they're conscious or make an actual effort to get away from the violations goals. But if the athlete is clearly conscious and also acting on the violation, they should never get a major penalty. So as long as they're conscious of the violation or have a very legit concern about what's right and wrong, then they should definitely get their punishment should be a lot more lenient. And the question and the answer to number 8 is that athletes should definitely be empowered because they have the most to lose as far as I'm trying to think of a word. They have the most to lose as far as their career goes because they can lose their career in terms of going to the professional level, essentially. So, and they should definitely be involved because they should have a voice in all decisions and all processes and the punishment or violation thing goes. So that's basically my thoughts on this discussion. So hope you guys have a nice day.